They're the pictures that shocked the country. Women at a vigil for Sarah Everard being physically restrained by the police. But whilst the story of the night has come to be dominated by the unrest, earlier in the day showed a very different scene. A peaceful gathering with women reflecting on the shared experience of feeling unsafe. Georgia O'Brien was a co-organiser of the Reclaim These Streets Vigil in Clapham.
So many people who live in South London had been following the story of Sarah Everard since she disappeared. And I just couldn't believe that when I was seeing comments or replies to tweets about it, how many people were like, what was she doing walking that late at night? Like, what, why did she take that route? And just so many questioning of her choices. And most hurtful about Sarah's case really is that she did everything right. She actually kept to the main road. She wore bright clothing. She phoned someone on her way back. And just this idea that it's ever about women's choices is wrong. We should be focusing on the men who choose to commit these crimes and not the choices of the women who are just trying to get home.
Women know of the precautions we take to keep ourselves safe. Keys held in between the knuckles on the walk home. Not running after dark. Sending your friend a pin of your location so that if the worst happens, at least there's a record of your last known whereabouts.
Whilst the official Reclaim These Streets vigil had been cancelled by organisers, many people still felt that it was important to assemble.
I thought it was important to come because basically most of the women that I know have been harassed or assaulted in some capacity, however small or big. So I kind of wanted to come here and make my voice heard, that we need to change it, we need to speak out against it.
Generations of women have been frightened to go out on the street, and I think this thing that happened with Sarah, it could have been any of us. Any of us could have been walking here or anywhere in the country and this could have happened. And I think it's just brought us all together. It's kind of enough is enough. Now something's got to change.
Such an important narrative to show that this is something that exists for so many women every day, and to see so many people here today is really emotional. It's so nice to kind of feel that solidarity as well.
Been going on for centuries, and we have to do something about it. And this is a moment, but it has to become more than a moment. It has to become a reality, and men have to look at their behaviour.
Well, I just think it's important that it's not just women that show up tonight. It's the crimes are committed by men, but obviously not all men are the same.
Ruth Sunderland has been reflecting on the response.
I think it struck a chord here with a lot of women is this constant thrum of anxiety that accompanies our everyday life. The other day I got out of a taxi going home, and I had to ask the driver to wait until I'd shut the door behind me because there was a man, he may or may not have been harmless, lurking, just around. And I think that accompanies us. Perhaps we're not even conscious of it all the time, but it's this constant anxiety and feeling that you've got to be constantly vigilant, and that maybe if the worst happens to you, that you will be blamed. It adds to the fear.
The women here are coming together in solidarity with each other and in memory of all women affected by violence. These events are a reminder of the myriad ways in which women adapt their behaviour and decrease the space that they take up for fear of violent repercussions. For the people here tonight and at countless sister events across the country, it's important that the conversation continues and that a long-term solution is found to an age-old problem.